Happy Friday. You might not be watching this on Friday though. Sorry. Anyway, I am suffering a migraine for the whole day. The whole day. Um, so yes, it's afternoon. This is an afternoon vlog. Isn't it unusual? We normally do this in the morning, but we're doing it in the afternoon. That sounds wrong. Okay, so basically I've got my little trusty ice pack still. Yes, the morning vlog. I've showered. Yes, I've moved positions in bed. Yep, that's my day. So, yeah, I'm suffering a doozy of a migraine all day today. Medication changes are such fun. Not. Yeah, there's a few medication changes I've had, so let's just see how they go. I can't push the envelope too much because this is to do with my seizure meds, and I really hope my doctor's not listening right now. But basically, look, I've been on so many different medicines to attack my seizures. I have genetic epilepsy, and basically it's a form that's really shitty. Yeah, no. Actually, I'm waiting for my testing kit from Melbourne University. I gotta probably, or maybe I have to spit into something. Anyway, they're taking my DNA. Yep, they're taking a piece of me to Melbourne. If only they would take me. Like, remember in the old days, it was cooler, right? They'd fly you to Melbourne and you'd be like, hi, I'm ready for the study. Can I see your university campus? I'd love that. Can you take me into your library? Pharmacology is interesting. Yes, yes, it is. I did addiction studies at university just for some electives. So, look, I learnt some pharmacology stuff and kind of impressed my pharmacist one day. I had this pharmacist for 7 years straight, right? So, and because he wasn't far from my age, he liked some of the alternative stuff that I would do. Because, I'd buy something like castor oil and he'd go, what are you getting castor oil for? He said, sorry to ask, because I was looking for it in a certain size. I said, oh, there's multiple things actually. I use it for my eyes. I've got extremely dry eyes, and I do actually have a condition, so I don't know what it's called, where everything's dry. Basically, I have really cool eye drops now. They've actually got so much better with eye drops, guys. Just ask your ophthalmologist. Optometrists are useless these days. They just want money for glasses. But anyway, my ophthalmologist was good with recommending because of such. I've got like severe dry eyes, guys. So I've got to flood constantly with eye drops to function. So, but he was like, what are you using it for? I was like, well, I use it on my face. So ladies, it's very good on your face. As an oil, you don't have to buy these expensive little chop oils. You can put that in a look, if you want to do your own cosmetics, if you're a bit hippie like me, buy a amber bottle with a little dropper. You can buy them very cheap on Shein, eBay, etc., etc. And then you just get castor oil. Make sure it's in there is an expiry actually. And the only difference of it, I don't really think there's much difference except for maybe the smell just goes a bit weird smell. That's what I noticed. But keep it in a cupboard, it does actually come in a bottle that's amber colored bottle, to protect it from the sun. So whenever you have something in an amber colored bottle, you should know. I know this because I've met a complex person since birth. So that kind of stuff you leave in the cupboard. You never expose it to sunlight. You don't sit it on your windowsill or let the sun get on it, okay? And your perfumes, very important. I've only got one nice perfume that's going to have to last me for 10 years. But yeah, they say don't put it anywhere near sun. And yeah, so I said, look, I use it for my eyes and I use it for my face. But face is just, I don't actually do it anymore because of fatigue, and I've gotten sicker and stuff like that, and self-care protocols that I used to do, I don't get to do anymore, guys. Like, I'm overdue to cut my nails, cut my toenails. I haven't even painted my nails. I'm so far behind. I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess. Fevers. Hot mess, get it? Ah, my hair's messy. I thought it was funny. Anyway, basically, he was like, that's, and he goes, hang on a minute. He goes and Googles it. I keep shopping because, of course, for me, as a medically complex patient, okay, even though back then we didn't know it, but we were starting to rack up some diagnoses. And I was like, are you sure I can have that as well as this and this and this? And they're like, well, yes, you do. And it kept racking up. But, we were getting somewhere. And, of course, the finale was 22Q. Other way around, I got diagnosed, basically. But anyway, he goes looking it up. He comes back, he goes, it's genius. It's genius. I'm going to tell people about this. I'm like, seriously? He said, yeah, how'd you know? I said, I Googled it. He's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm just like, dude, I've been to uni, I felt like saying. Like, I know how to learn. Just Google and research things, right? Like, I am such a DIYer. I have been since I was a kid. I even tried to make a bra. Yeah, I did. Okay, here's a story of a lovely lady who was bringing up two very lovely boobs, but I didn't have any. That's the funny thing. I had no boobs. Okay, I'm in year 7. I've got boobs now. I grew them myself. Impressed? Are you impressed? Good, because I grew them myself. When I was in year 7, those bitches, okay, my peers, they're not really bitches. Those bitches, okay, they had bras. I didn't. I had singlets. And I was like, Mom. She's like, what? Because, this is the year. This is my big year, guys, when I started to really speak well, was when I was literally close to turning 12. Things really, really changed for me with my, I guess, complex speech was coming in and things like that. So it was quite an exciting development, I guess, like milestone. And I was like, all the friends at school have bras. And she's like, yeah. And eventually you will too. I said, well, I want one. Because they call them training ones. So I said, I want a training one. Because I thought, well, it trains you, doesn't it? Like, maybe it's just osmosis. I put it on and I'll just grow them. Anyway, she's like, you don't have anything yet. You're not ready for a bra. Anyway, when she wasn't looking, she knows this story because she would have found it. Go on, tell my kids, go for it. Tell my kids. I think it's funny. Yep, I got this lacy bra. I hope it wasn't one of her favorite ones or a really expensive one or something like that. Like, I'm sorry. I am sorry. See, it's not just clock radios. This time it was a bra. Anyway, because I'm used to helping with my dancing costumes, I used to have to learn to sew a lot earlier than most kids because, when you're in like 12, 12 dances out of like, 15 dances of the whole dancing school. Anyway, I was an overachiever, okay? And basically I had a lot of costumes. And so my mum would be like, you're going to have to sew those sequins on that and you're going to have to sew that thing on that. And I'm not doing it all. And fair enough, right? I learned to sew. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. She did a good thing there. And so basically it's like I thought, let me give this a go. So I cut up this bra. Tried to make it look like a bra of a training bra style, I guess. Not that I had much vision of that because, I'd seen them in the shops. I'd begged for them. This? And she's like, no, you're getting a packet of singlets. I'm like, great, bonded singlets. Anyone else Australian used to wear the white bond singlets underneath your school t-shirt? Keeps you warm though. And I was the dorky kid because of the English influence. I was wearing not the polo shirt, the turtlenecks, you know. And everyone would be like, "You're wearing a turtleneck, you weirdo. You're a dork." And a cardigan. Oh, I was that kid. Normally the cardigan my nana had knitted. I love it. I love it. I wish I kept them all. I loved my crochet rugs. My nana would knit me one every year, a crochet rug in different colours. I loved it. She would ask me, "What colours do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh, I get to choose the colour." I was so impressed. And then the cardigans, I was like, "Oh." And the pretty buttons. She did do well with that. Like even sometimes it was pretty buttons. It was like, "Oh, I like the buttons, Nana." I think some of them was like, I think it was sailboats. And I remember stimming with it. And this is one that I've actually got a photo of. It's got a sailboat on it. And I wonder if that's where the sailboat buttons came from. But I remember stimming with the sailboat buttons. Oh my God. Super cool. Anyway, but they never dressed me in pink. That's another English thing, guys. Royal blue. I was like, "I am not my brother. Why did you dress me in blue? Is this all because it's my brother's clothes?" And they're looking at me like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Why was my hair always short?" Because you know how like English kids get your hair he's always like, it's a page boy cut and then it's, shoulder length. And I was always like, "No, I want to grow it longer." And it was like, "No, when you're a lady, you can have long hair." And I'm thinking, but Pa says I'm a lady all the time. I'm a lady. I was so confused. Anyway, autistic kid, right? I know, anecdotes again, guys. This is episodic memories going on. So just go with it. It's fun. And it's my life, and my kids will get to enjoy this one day. That's what's special too. But I'm sure you guys can relate to what your grandmothers did, like with the knitting and the crocheting, especially our generation. I just loved it. I just thought it was super cool. My other grandmother used to, she was into making ceramics. She was a ceramics teacher, and she was a very good artist, painting the picture of me on there with each cat I had, whatever it was at the time, because I've always had a cat. Always had a cat. Gosh, you'd think I'm a witch or something. But yeah, I've always had a cat. And so she'd always say, "What colour is your cat at the moment?" Because, just in case I've collected a few more or lost one and got another one. In those days, a lot of cats were outdoors and you would lose them sometimes. It's like, because especially boy cats that weren't fixed, it's like, that one's gone. Great. If you don't get them fixed in time and they're an outdoor boy, just know that with boy cats, they're gone. They go looking for girls and food and just wander, and cats can wander quite far. Anyway, that's just not the point. My cat that was a boy turned out to be a girl because it had babies, so it couldn't have been a boy. It was very confusing. Anyway, so I loved all those things. And you know what? If only someone would tell us, you need to keep these things for your future because one day you're going to want these. No one told me. No one. No one. Anyway, it's not just, the memories are here, aren't they? The memories are there. I used to look forward to my, mug with the little cat and me. Had my hot Milo. Loved it. And yeah, I used to stim with my crochet rugs as well. I used to put my fingers through all of the things, and they'd be like, My brother would be like, "You're an idiot," because we always used to have to share a room. Yep, we had to get along. In fact, we didn't get along. We used to drive to Denmark every weekend, even when we lived in a city, to go to Nana and Pa's, right? It's about 4 hours from Perth, and it's like, we used to fight so much that she used to put a big clothes basket in the middle of us, and I'd still put my head around it and go, and he'd be like the same thing. We do the same thing. And yeah, it was shocking. It was shocking. We would argue over whether one of us had opened a window, or it was just poor mum. Seriously. And I was the one that was going, play it again, play it again. And she would. She'd put that same song on again. And then my brother was like, no, no, we've heard it so many times, I can't stand that song anymore. And then mum ended up saying, no, you have to wait for the whole cassette tape to play. And then you listen to it from there again. I'm like, because I was wanting that repetition even then, which is really interesting, isn't it? I used to play with the records because I'm a music. Like, as a kid, it is in the blood too. It's in my family. Music is everything, okay? And music is air to me. And so I would play my mum's records, but also I would enjoy them with her because my mum was 21 when she had me. So, she's not that much older than me. She's a young mum, I'm a young mum. We're all young mums, all the way down. Because even my nana that's still alive, I've got one nana still alive, and she's a great grandmother. Hang on. Great. Yeah, it's a great. Hang on. That's my nana. To my kids, it's great. Their great nana. And to their kids, it's their great nana. She's a great nana. So she's really great. So know that, nana. There you go. Lucky you. You've had a blessed life. You really have. And sometimes don't you wish people would share their blessed lives? And anyway, they don't. And that's just how it is. Life isn't fair. But I think she should be proud of that. I don't think my nana's had the easiest of lives, and even though I know people would never give me the same grace I give others, I get that. But you know what? I was going to say something. People can be as mean to me as they want. I will never turn bitter. Don't let the world turn you bitter, guys. Okay? The world is beautiful. Every day is beautiful. Every milestone of life is exciting. And don't ever look at people of the faults. Oh, there's a fault in that one. Don't do that. Because I tell you what, I look at my nana, and yeah, there's things that have hurt me along the way with our relationship, but guess what? She's a beautiful lady, okay? She has had a hard life. She's had her own journey, and I can see that now that I'm an older woman, and I've always wished that I could have a nice photo of, my nana, me, and my mum, because we were the trio. It's kind of sad. Sorry. Some families just fall apart, don't they? But I love my nana and I love my mum. Doesn't matter how bad people have been to me in my past. It doesn't change my love for them, and I expect the same back. But whether people give it back, it doesn't always work out that way, guys. That's the social story on that one. And trust me, I've tried many extended social stories of why do people get so bitter and so nasty? Egos, guys. Okay, don't let your ego rule your life, because it'll ruin it. Don't worry about other people. It'll ruin your life. It'll ruin your peace. It'll ruin your sanity. Don't do that. Like, seriously, look at people and their best bits, because everyone is special and everyone has good shit about them. And that's what's great about the world. But the sad thing about what I see, gosh, all these tears, is in the world since the internet, it's too critical. But I refuse to join that bandwagon. I'm not like that. Um, and I think that anyone that does get too caught up in social media and taking it too seriously, it does make you bitter. So don't. Um, Other people's opinions of you, don't worry about it. Dead serious. Um, People that are negative about you, you don't want them in your life because, duh, okay, live and let live too. Like, it's just not healthy. Um, but I know with me, there's only sort of like really evil people that I guess but yeah, you stay away from them. That's an important note in psychology there. There is a few dark triad people that you don't want to associate with, but that isn't a high percentage of population of people, guys. So, just always look for the best in people. That's really important, especially in your family. Even if it's dysfunctional, it is just not healthy. Even if you've got someone in your family that's toxic towards you, to join in it's not an excuse. It's not. So always stay clean, as in non-toxic, and just always keep the doors open and always share that love. And that's my genuine feeling on things. And look, these types of people will never believe you, but that's because not everyone's like us type people. So if any of you are relating to what I'm saying right now, not everyone's like us, are they? Some people will have a family member that's like, I hate the family so much that they want to like punish and revenge and carry on. That's stupid. It really is stupid. But basically, every family is dysfunctional. God blimey. Seriously, don't take life too serious. It's too short. Laugh. It's really sad, isn't it? Because I do a lot of my Jim Carrey ones, right? So innocent. But people can't take a joke anymore. I hate that because it's one of my favourite things to do is make you all laugh. But it always seems like people think it's like there's double meanings, and autistics don't know double meanings. So we don't do double meanings. So it's very sad. It's actually funny because it's something someone said to me about 2 or 3 weeks. I don't even know. That people can't take jokes. And I was like, being, as you guys know, I like to be the comedian I like to be. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I have noticed that. Like, I've even backed off, guys, haven't I, on certain jokes and things because people think it's about them all the time, and it's like, no, it's just so not. Like, seriously, it's either my Tourette's, it's either something I've seen on TV, echolalia, it is my love of Jim Carrey and the Grinch. And the Grinch is an asshole. We all know that. That's why he's funny. So when you see jokes from me, please don't report them and say, oh, that's really rude. It's to no one. It's to no one. It's the Grinch if it's a mean one. The Grinch movie is awesome. I love the Grinch because I guess it's because, like, think of it this way. You know how, like, if you've ever had like a grumpy boss or something, that's what the Grinch reminds me of. When you used to go to work and you got a boss that's like, and nothing you ever do is good enough. And you're like, I'm trying to make you happy, man. I'm trying to make you happy. Because that's the kind of person I am at a workplace. I walk in on a Monday morning, good morning. And everyone's like, fuck off. And I'm like, okay, no worries. And I just go quiet. That's fine. I understand. But it's just my innocence of like, I'm like a golden retriever. I'm happy for everything. I'm like, oh, it's Saturday, yay! It's Monday, yay! I'm excited every day, unless I'm in pain. I have to draw the line there. I'm not happy those days. like this morning. This is just the drugs kicking in a little bit and turning it down a few notches. But I'm saying, like, dead set, those pain days, no, Like, I'll probably say something, and if someone joked with me, I wouldn't snap at them like what people do. I've had people snap at me online. It's like, it's just a joke. It seriously is not real, or it's not about you. It's crazy. And my jokes, guys, are not really seriously. They're not offensive at all. I mean, you'd have to be maybe someone very, very religious and don't understand that we are sinners. We are. Judgment Day. If you don't say you're a sinner, I mean, God's just going to keep you there all day like the school principal and go, until you confess, because we're all fuck ups. We are all fuck ups. I'm a fuck up. You're a fuck up. We're all fuck ups. But basically, yeah, people that I've worked with all my years, or just even my volunteer work, because look, I'm an idiot now that I'm this disabled, but I used to always volunteer because we were on a good income. We didn't think this was going to happen. But basically, places I used to volunteer, even there, they'd be like, I'd get there on Monday morning, and they'd be like, shut the fuck up, chirpy. I'm like, okay. Are you okay? Would you like to have a chat? Can I make you a cup of coffee? Because I was genuinely like, I'm that kind of person. I'm like, how can I make you smile? But you know what? Sadly, it's actually in theory, narcissists, it's a test. I've told you before. If they can't laugh, it's a bad sign. It really is. I mean, look, your boss doesn't have to have a laugh with you. I mean, there is a boundary there. But I'm just saying, like, it's just a shame for those of us that are autistic and very, very chirpy and happy-go-lucky, because sometimes people that, what's my time? I don't want to waste your time, guys. I have to watch the time on my videos because you guys are just like, geez, lady, I've got things to do, places to go, people to see. Yeah. I wish I had a life and places to go and people to see. No, we are actually having a lovely visitor. We're having a beautiful weekend. We've got my sister-in-law coming over, so it's going to be very nice. And so actually I've got to organise snacks. Please give me some ideas. And if this video doesn't make it, I know there's another video I talked about it. I asked already for snack advice for diabetics, but please give me some snack advice for diabetics, because I try to spoil her. Oh, should I make something out of resin? Ew. Present. I like giving presents. I didn't even get the chance to give a lot of people presents around, but I can look in my box of stuff, but maybe I should make her something. You know what I could make her? She loves gardening, right? She loves gardening. You know what would be super cool? I've got this beautiful soap dish mold, and I had to make a second soap dish because I've got my bath, which I'm telling you guys, a disability bath, if you're like me and you can't do cardio exertion without chest pain, until the hospital helps me, which that's underway too. And guys, with the ndis, it looks like, they'll be doing the oxygen, which is good, and more nurses for me, which is safe. That's a lifesaver for me. Like, this could save my life, having access to this. So anyway, they've obviously understood that this computer mistake thing is dangerous, and they're onto it, and I'm very blessed that they're talking about it, like, probably as we speak, actually, by the way. I can't even get hold of my support coordinator today because basically she's busy with them because they don't talk to me. NDS don't talk to me. Well, they do talk to Matt about certain things. So wheelchairs being organised, the Tilton space and things. But I'm very glad that it's just so sad though. Like, I'm already in the complex medical side of NDIS. Why do you have to get so many people's attention, right? To save your own life. When, you know, because like I said, WA Health can't give me oxygen cylinders. This is the government's fault. If I was a miner or a smoker, I'd get it. Genetic syndromes, there's no box. They can't, the specialists can't do anything about that. And sadly, they're like specialists, they don't care about you. They're public specialists. It's really sad, guys. We do work with public specialists that just look at you like, yeah, well, you've got a genetic syndrome, it's trying to kill you. I don't know what I can do. It's sad. It's not like the old doctors where they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix you." Like, you're a challenge, but I'm gonna fix you. Um, I'm hoping I get a few of them, and I actually do. Like, I'm lucky. I've actually had some specialists really just kick some dirt around in that hospital, and I'm like, "Thank you, thank you. It's about time you stuck up for a rare." So, any of you rares out there, just know I know what you're going through. And a lot of people, guys, in Australia, please don't say we have a World Health Class system. Not true. And that's now for everybody, not even just rares like me. It is not a good state to be in for medical. Now, if you're private, you probably maybe have a different experience. I can't comment on that. But public is dangerous, okay? To the point where my ambulance couldn't get here. It took 15 minutes. I have to get a defibrillator from the NDIS. That's ridiculous, guys. So Sir's got all that stress on him. So he's going to be probably ending up needing to know a lot of things just being my partner, right? It's really stressful, guys. It's not really fair. But you know what? I'm not going to complain because think about it. I don't want to be in an aged care facility at 50. Yeah. So it's best for me to be here. And I have a beautiful home where I can feel like I can pretend I'm not just as disabled as what I am. So it's a good thing, right? So I can't say it's all bad, but things are moving the right direction for NDIS, which should make it easier for everyone around me to manage me. And having a tilted space wheelchair, I mean, come on. I mean, I need my CCI. I need my operation too, but that's another thing. Public system. It's seen as elective surgery. How ridiculous. My spine, it's a 22q problem. Our spines collapse and it's collapsing in many locations, but the neck is very painful. It's why I'm in pain now. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm very good at managing it. I can get very irritable, but not too bad actually. I think Zoe's actually lucky. I think I'm just such a chill person that even when I'm at the end of my rope, we still manage to joke through it, like even if I'm like, no, it's not funny, he'll still get a laugh out of it, which I like because it keeps me, even though I'm like, because I'm in so much pain, I don't want to laugh, it makes you laugh. So it does help, guys, like having that positive attitude around you, doesn't it? But yeah, those things are important. But thank goodness for defibrillators, really. Look, it's a one-time use thing, so but geez, I don't need it often, basically. I mean, that's the goal, right? Yeah. So it shouldn't be a problem, and they'll replace it, I guess, if I needed to use it. So, but anyway, it was just annoying when the ambulance officers on the way are like, when I looked at the video, I'm hearing them say, get a defibrillator. It's like, yeah, no, just you know, they're just flying around in the air. You just grab them. They're not flying around the air, man. It's like, this is not a common thing. There's a lot of places that don't have it. You don't have to have it. It's not law or anything. This is stupid. Like, you guys need to educate the public and warn them. It's terrible state of affairs to actually be in. Like, don't expect people just to go and find one in random. What? We're supposed to go in our hallway and randomly look for an invisible defibrillator? It's like, I'm sorry, government, are you going to pay for that? Like, I've got ambulance cover. I'm calling an ambulance on 000 because of my heart stats. Like, I even had, like, the stats weren't good. But, you know. So if you've got the money and you've got anyone with heart problems, invest in the one-time use. Look up the one-time use defibrillators. Might save a life. Anyway, maybe I'm saving a life. Oh gosh, guys, that's all I want to do is do good. My channel, that's all I want to do. So, thanks for the afternoon chat. I have to now wait at some point, which I'm assuming won't be for a while, but I'm speaking to my support coordinator today, but I know it won't be for a little while yet because she's probably talking to the NDIS. But at least, like, you know, I'll get increased support hours and I'm going to get, you know, more nursing because, of course, they now know, which I should have went with. I had the AAT, guys, and I was asked, we're concerned about your lack of care hours and nursing and all of this. I should have actually said to that AAT lawyer, yep, I agree. But I was in denial, you know, that long river. And I was like, nah, I'm going to get better. So, not saying I'm going to let myself get worse. Don't take that. But it's a degenerative syndrome. But I'm going to take care. But no, now I'm like, I should have just said then, yes, please. But I wasn't in a situation where it was available, so whatever. The system isn't perfect. It's a mess, actually, because everyone's so different. I mean, really, we're all puzzle pieces that are so different. Everybody's different. So different. I mean, even you 22Qers out there, depending on our age, we're all different. We're all different. It really affects us all differently. And even your disability and how you get access to, you really need to make sure you have good support coordinator. Just always choose good providers. Always choose good OTs. OTs are just gold. I mean, they really are. And they have such good ideas as well. They're very good with ideas. So, you know, if you've got all those components, you will be given what you deserve. Don't let them not give you what you don't some people don't get what they actually deserve in their packages and whatever else, and that's not okay. So always make sure you know. Like, for me, it's a bit easier because of diagnosis, and I think that's actually not fair. They changed it from symptoms to diagnosis. I've been categorized in a category that's highly complex. They know that there's medical things. It's DNA proven, so there's never any questioning because it's all fact. And so it's easier for me. And that's me struggling in the system. So I'd hate to think how some people out there are coping. So my heart goes out to you if you're really struggling to get your needs met in the system with NDIS. Just keep pushing. Get advocacy if you haven't got it through family or friends. Just do your best because you deserve your needs to be met for disability in Australia. Take care. Bye.